Hey guys, and welcome to another Factorio mod spotlight. I'm Exterminator, and thank you for joining me. Today we are covering the robot mining site mod. This one is almost a year old, but has been updated to 0.15 somewhat recently, and it seems pretty popular based on the downloads and stuff on the mod portal, and it looks pretty cool. So what this does is, it lets you use robots, special robots added by the mod, to mine resources for you rather than mining drills. Now, obviously in vanilla, you can use mining drills and use robots to transport the already mined materials, but this actually lets you use robots directly to mine the ore. So this adds three things, essentially, or two major things. First off is the mining sites, which is this building here. And within this, there's three different things. So there's a light, which is how you control if it's on or off. And you can set conditions, circuit conditions, logistic conditions. Now, by default, it will be automatically on if it's empty like this. The only reason this isn't, I believe, is because it's powered. But it comes automatically on with no conditions, so you don't have to worry about that if you don't like messing with smarts. It has a chest here, which, is the size of a normal chest, I believe. And then it has a robot chest, which you have to actually use to dump the special robots in and get them out. They're like a separate entity or force, so you can't actually you can't pick them up by hand like you could normal robots. So that's a quick important note that you have to stick them in here, and then once you want them back, you have to let them go into the thing and then take them out of here if you want to. So technology first. This adds some technology to unlock the higher level of mining sites. There's three different levels of them. There's the initial one, and then obviously the robots, and then the large mining site and the extra large mining site. And then this also allows you to get mining robot speed. So the mining robots are actually not affected by the vanilla robot speeds, which is probably fine because even as it is, I'd say it's maybe on the edge as to whether it's cheaty or not, something like this. I mean, that's your own personal decision or not if it is. But yeah, so this allows them to be 120% faster than normal. Again, not affected by vanilla, and vanilla bots are not affected by this research. So the mining sites, we have three different ones. Like I said, they're just different by size. So the first one is a 10 by 10 mining area can cover. The next one is 20 by 20, and the third one is 40 by 40. So here we have the first one, which is a tiny little guy here. And then the second one, 20 by 20, and it's the construction zone is actually the radius. This is pretty much just a roboport that's been miniaturized, so that's why there's a logistics area in there too, and for the chest, obviously. And then this one is the 40 by 40, which should really cover most large patches I'd consider, or medium patches, normal patches, I would imagine. So we have one over here to test, and before I turn it on, something important to note, because this actually got me, and I actually had to re-record. I'm re-recording this now because I made a mistake that I didn't realize until near the end. It can be deceiving. It does subtract ore normally from the patch, but it does it when they're marked to be picked up. You'll see when I turn it on, the robots mark certain parts to be picked up. When they get marked, it's when it subtracts it, not when they go to pick it up. And it was throwing me off because I was watching once it was already marked, I was watching when they went to pick it up, and it wasn't decreasing. So I thought that it was super cheaty because it essentially gave you infinite resources to just mine from a patch. But that's not the case. It does subtract it as normal, but at the point when it gets marked. So we're going to turn this on, and it does not start itself until it's at 90% charge. It's kind of a safety mechanism. So I've put the bots in here, and you can see here they go to mark stuff. And you will notice, so if I mouse over this, 758, once a bot picks this up, it won't decrease, but that's because it decreased when it got marked. Okay, so I have double checked this, that is how it works. It does decrease. Now, of course, they will mine all resources within the radius, so, we're getting some of everything. And to my knowledge, based off my, I threw like 100 robots in here. I don't think there's a limit on how many robots you can have here. There might be some charging issues. You saw them kind of grouping up there. So, maybe you want multiple of these. If you go too overboard with robots on one chest, or on one of these, it may have some charging issues, but I don't think there's hard limits on how many robots you can stick in one. So those guys are going, they're doing their thing, and then down here for uranium, it's a little bit different. I've just set this up because the last technology it adds is this one. So in vanilla, right, uranium takes sulfuric acid to mine through the miner. Well, the bots can't do that. Obviously, you can't really have bots like, spit out uranium or whatever to mine it. Or not uranium, sulfuric acid. So what the dev has done is when you go to have them mine uranium, it gives you uranium rubble, and then you combine that with sulfuric acid to actually get the normal uranium ore. I believe it's the same conversion rate, like in regards to you'll get as much as if you just mined it with a miner. It doesn't like lower it or anything, but that's just the method that has to be used since you can't actually pick up the uranium ore itself with the bot. So just to demonstrate this, I will turn this guy on theoretically. Oh, he's full. Okay, so yeah, it just gave us this rubble. You can see these guys going to pick it up, and this is a good indication. Watch this once it gets marked again. It'll go down 1889. Once this gets marked again, it should go to 88. So there you go. Just to demonstrate that. 87 because it just got marked again. And yeah, so you then take this with the sulfuric acid and then create your uranium ore. And that's pretty much it, guys. So in terms of, I know someone's going to ask in terms of performance, I'm not sure. Looking at our stuff here, creative mode is quite a bit more than this, but with just a couple of these working, I can imagine this would actually get fairly performance intensive. We only have this one and the uranium one working, and it's already taking about 0.1 game update. So, if you had like 50 of these, it might be an issue, but otherwise it really shouldn't be. So power, this guy's taking like, between like 8 and 15 megawatts or so. But yeah, that does it. So link in the description as always to check it out on the mod portal if you'd like. I believe I covered everything, but if you do know that I missed something, do let me know for sure. And I'd love to hear your thoughts as always down in the comments. If you enjoyed and found this helpful, feel free to leave a like. But until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and take care.